Bro, what is this like? I just don't get this, bro. I just, but I actually just, I wanted to stream because I wanted to show you guys this iPhone 5S. It's an old phone, obviously, but it's still intact. There's a couple dents and stuff, but it's like beautiful. It's the gold one. This was the first iPhone where they offered a color that wasn't like black, white, and gray. And I immediately got the gold one, and I stuck with the gold phones all throughout, even after they introduced all the other rose gold. Now they have all this like green and purple and all this stuff. But yeah, this phone was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. Look at it, dude. Look at it. And then the fingerprint scanner, revolutionary the way they had it set up. Still to this day, the best fingerprint scanner that has ever been made on a smartphone. Just on this phone that's, I don't even know how many years old, and it took me like 5 seconds to get used to how small it is because it's so, I have so much control over it and it feels amazing and all the buttons are so, people got to go back and look at their old like iPhone 5S's or 5s or whatever, and just play around with them for a bit. Speakers, same port we all have right now, and headphone jack. Just play around with it and look at like the superior, the feel, the aesthetic that it has. Because you'll notice when you actually have it in your hands, it's it feels like a real tool. It doesn't feel like some giant screen that you're holding with two hands that's like has control over you. It's just a tool for getting stuff done, you know? Even though in practice it's basically the same thing, it feels totally different. It feels totally different. Jailbreaking one of these, which is what I did way back in the day, we jailbroke like the iPhone 2G and all that stuff, but jailbreaking this was the peak iPhone experience. Like, it was the best an iPhone could ever be. Jailbroken iPhone 5S. That was it, right there. Dude, actually, now that I think about it, remember that app? This is only available for the 5 and 5S. There was an app that would let you take panoramas where you put the phone on a flat surface and it would vibrate only one side of the phone. So it would go zin, 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 and it would drag the thing in and take the picture. And then it would go zin, and then take the picture and then stitch it all together and make a perfect panorama of like you and your homies like sitting chilling and like steak and shake, and everyone's there and you guys are just eating and doing whatever and it's just in the middle just spinning by itself. That was so cool. That was like some Spy Kids, like phones were able to do like Spy Kids level stuff, like cool stuff like that. And now look at them, they're all the same. They're all like, you go on MKBHD's channel and it's like you can guess 90% of the things he's gonna say. It's like all filler now. It's all like, this phone obviously is very fast because it has this many, it has 8 megabytes of RAM and the Snapdragon 8 processor, and it has, this 7 million more pixels than the last one. Even though you really can't even tell the difference. And if I put this phone next to you and I put a phone with 1/10 of the pixels next to you, you literally won't even be able to tell which one has more pixels. But still that matters for some reason. It's all like very, very minor, marginal things. We've reached, we've gone way, way, way past the point of diminishing returns in terms of the stuff that these people are investing money in. They're investing money in things that require significant amount more money for there to be even the slightest noticeable difference. If a web page takes 2 seconds to load and you make it double the speed, it'll only take 1 second to load. Now that might be a big difference to you, but if you double it again, which doubling that again is an extremely arduous task. It's going to take much more than doubling it from 1 second, from 2 seconds to 1 second. Going from 1 second to half a second is much more difficult, technology wise, and yet it only offers you a half a second benefit. Pages load like assets and all this stuff online loads in milliseconds. When you're chopping down more milliseconds, spending all this money, who cares? It's just for the stat. It's just to one up your competitors. Be like, look, we have this, and LG only has that, or whatever. I don't know, whatever. OnePlus only. It's all this like stupid little numbers games that people play. This right here, this was a symbol of when phones were cool, when they would do cool things. Kind of. But yeah, look at that flush camera with the thing, dual color flash. All this stuff like came to this phone first before, like, I mean, not obviously a lot of those phones had it, but this is the first iPhone that really had it. And in my opinion, it's the perfect sized iPhone. I can reach the whole screen with just my thumb. Look at that. Whole screen. And I don't it doesn't require much. I'm twisting my hand, but if I just hold it like normally, like you know how your wrist is like this, I can reach the whole thing. It's so just so comfortable to use. Oh, imagine typing with the swipe thing that Apple has now, but typing it on this smaller screen. Oh, that'd be incredible. That'd be amazing. If I ever make a phone, I'm just gonna make it exactly like the 5S, uh, but with a better operating system. That's really all I'm gonna do. This is the phone I have now. Google Pixel 4 XL, I think. And after, dude, I have iPhone 12 as well. I hate both of them. I hate all the newest. I have a Samsung Galaxy Note 10 right there. All the new Android phones and all the new iPhones suck. It's just a shame. They don't like they don't care about user experience. They don't care. They care about the stats that user experience reviewers might use to judge user experience, but they don't care about the actual user experience. Let's see. Oh wait, no, this link will work.
So you want to be a player, but your wheels ain't flying.
This is really nice, like really good production quality here.
You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride.
That's what? Hey, this is actually really. Wait, I haven't seen this video in a while. Are these are these cloud swords from Final Fantasy?
Damn right.
Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your boy Filthy Frank, the professor. Today we got a special. Hey, no. Not yet. Get back. Just can we start over again? You know we like to cuss.
Oh my god, wait. I'm just now realizing because I went back and I looked at like all this Pimp My Ride stuff. Dude, I didn't even realize any of this stuff. This is a parody of Pimp My Ride. I mean, like, obviously it is, right? But you don't realize, like, just how well thought out everything is. Because that's what people were doing in the show. Like, a lot of it was scripted. It was a lot of it was, oh, wait, no, this thing can't happen. Let's do it again, or stuff like that, you know?
Customize. We do all kinds of wheelchairs. Today we got a very special guest coming through. Why don't you come out? My boy Wheels, man. So what would you say your main concerns are? What do you want us to fix and why?
My main concern.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Because, and this is part of the brilliance of the original show, they realize the fact that like yeah cars can be interesting, but the vast majority like the mass audience doesn't care about cars. They don't care. So if you ask them, hey, we want to fix up your car, we want to do stuff to your car, what are you interested in doing to your car? But I don't know, I don't really care. And if you get the audience of people who will go, oh bro, I want to this kind of engine, I want to turbo, first of all it's going to be very expensive to do all those things. they never replaced any of the engines and that stuff because it was always very expensive. So they just did cosmetic mods and stuff. So the cars usually break down and all that. But for narrative purposes, for appealing to the masses, all people would do was just say things that they're interested in. They'd be like, "Oh, I like Legos," and they'd fill their car with Legos or something like that, you know? That's what it always was. So it's like, that's a really interesting approach.
Is I need more pussy.
You need
I
pussy.
need
Like, he literally asked, like, this is falling apart. Because he just said, okay, what do you want us to do to your wheelchair? And he's like, I just need pussy. Totally unrelated. And that's what people do in the show. They talk about things that are completely unrelated to their car.
more pussy, man. I want more pussy. I need it. I can't live without it. Like my bottle of liquor right here. I just need pussy to survive, bro.
Bro, what's been going on with Wheels lately, bro? This dude's like, he should make content.
I'm going to college.
Wheels is an upsitting citizen,
Upsetting citizen.
except for one problem. He can't get any pussy. Not with that wheelchair.
Yo, so how about you try, baby girl?
Nah, no thanks.
Come on, disabled niggas eat good
So
pussy.
stupid. This is so stupid. Why do they have such a like dramatic angle in this music? And they just found this like random chick to like
Man, come on, I can take you somewhere you ain't never been before in your life. I promise you. Come on, yo.
that's an Oscar worthy performance.
Had your ass eaten.
Dude, imagine if to get the best performance, if I hired a girl to like play this role in this little skit that I was doing, to get the best performance, I would just have him do that. I would just be like, yeah, we paid this girl and she's part of the thing, so just go to her and say all this. And you would just say it, and I wouldn't preface that with anything. I would just find some random girl and tell him to go up to him. Tell him to go up to her.
Before, I promise you, it's something you'll never forget in your life. I'll make you cry, I promise.
Nah, get out of here.
What you charge? Anything you charge, I got you. All you gotta do is come.
That's the thing. People who have physical disadvantages in life always learn to come up on top with their words, with their charisma. For the most part, right? They have to learn to be, either funny or intelligent or like able to hang, or have like the ability to portray a sense of confidence and things like that. So it's like, even after all this, you'll still see like, despite the fact that it's not despite the fact that it's because of his situation that he'll be able to always go toe to toe with people. Like, it's people like this who you should be afraid of getting into roast battles with. Even though there's something very obvious to roast them about, they probably heard everything about it and they probably have comebacks ready on standby.
Sit on my lap real quick.
Nah, come back to me when you got a better whip. Nah, I bet your dick don't even work.
Nah, wheelchair niggas eat.
It does though. It does. It still does. It's involuntary. You can't control it through like, there's no like neural fiber recruitment. But never mind.
Good pussy though, man.
Nah, you broke as fuck. No thanks.
Aw,
Why'd they just stop the music?
man, come on, man. It worked fine though. All you gotta do is pull on it a little bit.
I don't want to fuck.
Aw, man.
Will Wheels end up getting the pussy he deserves? Let's find out.
Damn it, man.
Let me start off, bro. Your wheelchair game is whack. This is pure shit. What is this, Windows? What is this, Dell? Come on. No rims, no nothing, man. You roll down these streets and you let people see you like this? What is that, a golf ball? What is this, the 80s? Come on, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna roast your wheel game a little bit, man. What is this? Yeah, I don't fuck with the motor's done. The wheels are bad. I fuck with the J's though. The J's are mad nice.
Come on, man. We doing my shoes,
No,
bro.
it's for research.
You supposed to be fixing my wheelchair, man. What the heck?
Part of the research, man.
What the heck?
Bro, that's straight up exhibit energy, bro. That's like, this is really actually like really intelligently made if you actually think about it. Man, I'm calling it, bro. One of these days, Joji's gonna like go back into this and acknowledge all of it and be like, damn. Let me pop back into this for a sec, He might make a couple more videos. Not anything like how it used to be, but just like skits. Just skits. He might make some of those, Maybe. I have hope. I feel like I hope he's found peace in his life. I hope he's found peace and happiness in his life. And like I'm not nobody's entitled to receive content from anyone. You know, people have their own lives to live. But on a personal level, I'm holding out hope.
So, like, obviously, you're auditioning for Transformers 5. Hello, Wheels. How are you today?
Man, shut the fuck up. Why are you talking to me like I'm retarded, bro?
I'm just a little nervous. I've never been around, you know.
What the fuck you mean?
So I'm gonna ask you something that
That's a brilliant cut. I'm gonna get Gatorade for a sec. Hold up.
I've been dying to know since I met you.
Sure.
Does it work?
Yeah, it works, man. It works all the time, 24/7. You know, sometimes it works too well out here. You know.
So you can nut?
Yeah. There's plenty of illegitimate children around here. Allegedly. Y'all not getting no money from me though. Don't worry.
Facts. I
You
can
heard it here
respect that.
first, folks.
I
In
respect
the hood, are you still considered African American?
What you mean hood, my nigga? Like, just
wow.
because I'm black don't mean I gotta grow up in the hood. You know, I did, but you know, you shouldn't assume that. You know.
Do African Americans still consider you African American?
Fuck you, nigga. Yellow nigga.
Listen, man, you're making me really uncomfortable. So how fast would you say that this abomination of a
And they would make like a lot of race-related jokes on the show too. That's crazy. And they would always have like back and forths, you know? Like I showed that in my like Pimp My Ride review, which I'll leave in the description. Let me actually make sure I'll do that. One sec.
machine would go?
I'd say about 2 miles an hour.
What if I said we could get it up to 40 miles per hour? That's pretty impressive. That was very, very, very fast. How about this? We can turn your wheelchair into a bed anytime.
Hell yeah!
Do you know how much pussy you're gonna get, my man?
Word! All types of pussy.
Yeah, you love that pussy, don't you?
Black pussy, white pussy, Asian pussy.
Yeah, they were like hella focused on whatever the hell like the interest of the person was. They didn't care at all about the car.
All them flavors.
All
Chalk.
them different flavors, brother. I like them all. I like them
Chalk,
all.
we'll get some women to dome you up real nice.
That's right.
At 40 miles per hour.
No condoms, though.
No
Ain't
condoms.
bitches with condoms. I want.
Straight raw dogging.
That's right.
Whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm saying?
I love to nut, brother.
How's your finger game? You gotta. Do women like that?
See, and then, you know, then I slide the dick in afterwards. You gotta get the finger game in there, but sometimes
That's so
my fingers
loud.
get stuck, so I gotta get the hook. Gotta get the hook right, you know.
You gotta get the hook right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You gotta get the water flowing first before you take that dip in the pool.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
saying. You understand me? We gonna be best friends, man. I told you that.
We're gonna be best friends, man. Thanks for that $1,500. We'll be real good friends.
Man.
Oh my, no way. Wait, that's an incredible parody. I just, I watched this and I'm like, oh, it's funny. They're like, I thought it was all like new skits, but maybe it might have been. But this is actually crazy how things line up like that, because they would literally damage the cars and stuff like that. They would tack on additional damages to the cars to make them seem worse before they entered the shop. They'd mess up the seats, they'd tear things apart, and they do all this stuff before the cars enter the shop, so it seemed like a worse thing so they can transform it into something better, It seemed like a better glow up. And that's literally what he's doing here.
See how there's smoke coming out? It's because the wheelchair's broken.
Word, man. I've never seen it smoke up like.
But in this way, this is genius, because all the jokes are not directed at the audience. They're shown to the audience, and they're directed at Wheels. And the whole idea is make him the butt of the joke because he's disabled. And, like, say what you want about dark humor or whatever, but narratively, that's really smart.
Yeah, I know, right? You need a new.
I don't think any of this was intentional. I think Filthy Frank was just being funny and just doing all this off the cuff, right? But it's like, this is solid, dude. He's like a genius storyteller.
Wheelchair ASAP. What's the outcome for you? What do you want when we get the faster wheelchair?
All I care about is pussy, my dude. I don't want no money. I don't want no fame, no notoriety, nothing. All I want is to be neck deep in pussy, my brother.
Yeah, why didn't anybody on Pimp My Ride say that? They probably would have like put a stripper pole in their car and stuff like that. They probably would have done some really cool stuff.
So you don't care about getting on trains and getting on
No,
buses? That's what we're trying to do.
All that practical shit is for squares.
Exactly. They don't care about practicality on Pit My Ride. I said it in the video. If like, if I gave my car to Pit My Ride today, I would expect them to do things like, strengthen the rod bearings and put a better intake manifold, upgrade it and maybe put a turbocharger or something like that. Do some weight reduction, replace some aluminum areas with carbon fiber for weight reduction as well as for safety purposes. Things like that. These are the kind of things I would want now as a 22-year-old. But as a 12-year-old, I didn't care about practicality at all. And neither did Fit My Ride.
The losers. All I want is my bottle of liquor and pussy, brother. I will fuck anything. I know
You wrote
girls
it
that
down.
look like troll dolls, girls with big old titties.
So we'll we'll roll with it.
Fucking able-bodied bastard, you yellow motherfucker. We should buy me a third time.
Listen, I'm trying to help you here,
Fucking
okay?
Yellow bastard.
Shut your mouth and leave. Now I'm gonna address the elephant in the room here. Well, what's with the poo-poo situation?
There is no worse feeling than somebody wiping your ass that you don't know.
Amen. I've had that before. For sure. And that's why we're gonna give you a toilet.
You saw the way you looked at him?
A blunt holder.
Word, I can roll the chronic while my wheelchair.
That's a smart idea. I'm smoking while driving. Let me just put it to the side real quick. And then back to it. Oh, let me take another hit while I'm at the red light. And then just put it back.
Right here, that's the one. Right now, we have a group of Chin Chin's henchmen.
There's no good way to... There's no blunt holder. There's no good way to actually smoke while driving. Where are you supposed to put it? You're supposed to keep holding it? You can't just put it in the ashtray. It'll go out.
Working on a brand new wheelchair. And it's fast, it's gold, it's beautiful.
Isn't that illegal to have slaves though? Asian nigga, yellow nigga.
Oh shit, well, come on, let's settle down. All right, so we're gonna run a couple tests. Let's see you do a spin. Nice, very nice. Very nice. Can you do any wheelies or anything cool? Woo! Woo! That's a spin. But I'll tell you what, we'll make it spin 10 times faster.
Dude, these guys...
I love that, brother.
They made an abomination.
Think you're ready for this challenge?
Man, I love this, man. Thank you, man. You
Yeah,
helped me out,
I got
brother.
you,
Thank you.
man. Yeah, don't worry.
This was so unnecessary to add to the video.
Hey, somebody get this motherfucker all
Whoa, what happened to that car? Bro, where are they recording this?
about to crash. This is
Yeah,
broke boy
man.
Jimmy.
What the fuck up,
What up,
Jimmy?
Steve Hawkins? What's good with his whip, bro?
Let's go.
Man, we want this nigga shoe. Nigga, race me for these shoes. You get me right now, you get this shit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Broke ass nigga. Oh. Boy, rolling nigga. You need to get up and walk for these shoes. Man, somebody park this nigga in the corner. Cause ankle break.
Dude, this is... There's setups, there's payoffs, there's a conflict, there's a protagonist, an antagonist. This is the end of... No, this is the start of Act 2. So that was Act 1, that was a setup. This is the start of Act 2, where we see the conflict arising, right? This is genius. I'm gonna skip through it a bit.
Oh, girl.
You ain't got nothing to say, man.
You still man.
Man, bitches, man. Yeah, she really sit on my lap. You know, she just ride up like me. I'm gonna take one.
Somebody
Y'all niggas out. Fuck up, man. Y'all don't want no problems with me, man.
Wait, so that was... Okay, so Act 2 is very, very short. I think either this is the end of Act 2, actually, or just it extends out a little further, but then... Nah. Nah, actually, yeah, nah. Act 3. Well, we're almost there.
Right, you just gotta there.
Act 3 is when he shows off, when he reveals, you know, the thing.
There. Is there a way to talk to these kind of people? Look at it. There's a.
This is hilarious. Like, I never realized I was laughing at like a lot of the other stuff when I was little, but looking back at it now, I'm like, all these jokes are so flawless. They're so flawless in terms of like creating a parody of a person, like as Filthy Frank. Damn, I can't do that. The level of like mental effort required to dive this deep into this kind of character that's just so out there.
Process to this. I mean, do I just go and say hi? I don't want to like startle him. Do I? No, he's not. Look at him. What the fuck took you so long? It's been like 4 hours.
I'm sorry, man. I'm disabled, man.
Learn how to drive, you leech.
Absolute leech. That's where the meme comes from.
I'm disabled, man.
Learn how to drive, you absolute leech.
Trying.
Wait, no. There's another part that
Yeah, man.
I'll say this.
You don't know what hard.
I did.
Yeah, young what? You wanted a wheelchair?
He put on a black glove. Okay, hold up.
Hell yeah,
Get
man.
off my.
Call me man, what the hell kind of place is this?
Bro, I remember reading about this thing in Pit My Ride where the dude like didn't show much of a reaction. Like he was kind of disappointed when they revealed his car and they took the tarp off, and he's like, "Oh," and then one of the like mechanic guys, right, like the really fat dude or whatever, one of the mechanic, like the second in command or whatever, like took him, and then like walked around the shop with like his arm on his shoulder, and he's like, "Bro, you really gotta like we put a lot of money into this, like the least you can fucking do is like react," and he's got all angry at him and stuff. I think this is coming from that. I think that the reason why it's funny is because he's just literally exposing the real stuff of what would happen, intentional or not. It did happen.
Man, I'm scared, man.
Where it's like you're gonna see his reaction and he's gonna be ungrateful, and the dude is just gonna get pissed.
Man, you trying to kill me, man. You trying to take me out.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Great. Do you understand?
This is really on point. This is really on point. This part wasn't that funny when I was little, but now that I know what the deal was with Pimp My Ride, not when I was little. I mean, like littler, you know, but this is
How much money I dropped for this?
this isn't super funny, but it's like it's real. It's essential. It's part of the storytelling.
You think this is about charity? Because I don't fucking care about charity. Take a spin, boy. Ready?
Hell yeah, man.
Where are they recording this? How do they manage to do all this? See, that's actually... No, that looks terrible. Camera's out of focus. Wait, I realized this. Bro, they had a whole speaker system. Why didn't they play music through it? And then they put an aux there and everything. And then not only do they have a blunt holder, they have a phone holder on this side too.
We got cheetah print steering wheel. You see it right here in the mirror, boy. We got neon lights looking like Neo Tokyo up in here. This boy gonna look like Akira, you know what I'm saying? You ever see Akira?
Yeah,
You know you haven't.
I have, man.
What happens in it?
I forgot.
Ah, I got it. Fine cheetah print floor. We got the whole floor. All nice and clean. Let me lick the floor to prove how clean it is. We got rims.
Oh, that's where I thought of that from. I thought of that. So I was trying to make a commercial for someone. He has like a tire cleaner thing, like a spray for like tire cleaner and wheel shine, and he makes all kinds of products for like car cleaning stuff. And I was like, let me lick the wheels to show you how clean it is. And I never realized that's where I got it from. I knew I got the joke from somewhere else, but I just put two and two together just now. I didn't actually show myself licking the wheel. I put, you know that clip of SpongeBob, like I put like SpongeBob and then green screen licking the wheel. But that commercial never came out. Probably because it was a bit unprofessional.
We got rims, you know. We got custom engine. We got a custom battery. This ain't going nowhere. This that prime shit.
You sure that shit is stable, man?
Nah,
More stable than you. You see, we got
that's perfect. That's a perfect parody of Pimp My Ride. That is a perfect parody of Pimp My Ride. The dude is like, bro, what the hell is this? And they just make fun of him instead.
lights. We got an iPad. And most of all, like I promised, my good old Cubano holder / blunt. You ever had a Cubano before? You ever?
Okay, what exactly is a blunt? Because that's in my head. I was saying blunt, but I was thinking joint. And that's a cigar, right? So is a blunt? This I know the blunt's not the same thing as a joint. I would imagine a blunt is bigger. But then have I ever seen anyone smoke a blunt then? Oh, backwoods are considered blunts, right? Okay, yeah, never mind. No, but still roll them the same way. I don't know. What is the difference? Hold up.
Have a Cubano before?
No, but this thing doesn't seem safe.
Shut the fuck up.
You electrocuted yourself, man. What do you want me to do, man? Trying to kill me?
Maybe it'll shock you into walking again, huh? Shut the fuck up.
My life is in your fucking hands, man.
Yeah, these people's cars would break down and stuff. Like their cars could have exploded. Hold up. Oh, and a spliff. I forgot about that too. Joints are crushed cannabis rolls rolled in thin paper of some sort. Blunts are rolled in tobacco. So, okay, backwoods are blunts then. Yeah. Oh, okay, wait. Then are cigars... Are there such thing as like weed cigars? I'm sure there are. And those are also blunts technically then.
It's not much of a life, that's for sure. Let's get in the car, okay?
That was a good joke too. See, ox, like that's pretty smart. To put that on a wheelchair, that's pretty smart.
So you ready to take this bad boy for a spin?
Yeah, man, but what the fuck? I can't reach the pedals or anything, man. How am I supposed to drive? This ain't safe, bro.
What's the problem?
I can't reach the pedals with my feet, bro. If you haven't noticed already, I'm disabled, man. I can't
This
move my
this part has nothing to do with Pimp My Ride. This is just making fun of disabled people.
legs. Come on, man.
Now you can reach the pedal.
No, I can't.
You can. Try it out.
You idiot.
Reach the pedal. Do it.
You idiot. I can't reach the pedal. What the fuck?
I swear to God. There we go. You just gotta bring your arm back. Now you
Damn, every time they do something, I keep thinking about how like the show was hella scripted in very similar ways.
reached it. All right. You can drive it now. It's not really easy to look at, isn't it? But
This chair is wobbly and unsafe, man. You see how many times I fell off this thing? Fuck! You sick motherfucker! How the fuck do you expect me to do
anything
something?
else, princess? Now you're gonna drive. Everything's safe, taped up.
A chair that I can't do this shit no more.
Shut
man.
up, Wheels. We're doing this.
Man, you promised me a pimped out
No,
ride.
we're doing this.
And
Now.
I can't do this anymore. Like,
Yeah.
get
Oh, fuck. It's your fault.
Didn't you make this piece of shit, man?
Oh, we're pointing fingers now. Okay.
You, man, I want to get off this thing, man.
Yeah.
He has to do that because he can't hit the gas pedal himself. They literally made it. They literally required that you hit the gas pedal. There's planes. What the hell are they doing? Wait, so Filthy Frank got a whole crew. That's a boom mic guy. Was that a light that fell off? Something like that.
Overall, great wheelchair. What do you think?
Yeah, man, that's great.
Shut up. I don't
This is like torture for him.
care. It's a little too great.
Oh, he did use the speakers in the thing. So I guess they did the whole deal. What could this be? This might be a parody of, no, this is not intentional, but this might unintentionally be a parody of when Exhibit like stole that car on the show. If I'm not like, you know, making that up.
Fucking house. Wait. It's that wheelchair nigga. Wait, what the fuck? That's wheelchair Jimmy? No.
Yeah,
This is brilliant. This is brilliant. They have all this like
yeah, nigga.
all this like comedy dispersed, and then it ends with like textbook storytelling.
Load
What's up?
up.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, bro. Your wide is nice.
Yo, I was wrong about
you, Jimmy.
I'm
sorry about that.
Yeah.
You know, we just the old shit was broke, but you know, we just playing, dog. We wasn't no disrespect. You know?
Yeah, it wasn't serious
It was all
before.
feelings, we was kidding.
We were just fucking around, bro.
I didn't really hate.
Ain't no beef.
The old
Ain't no
shit was
beef.
broke, but you know, now that you with us, now you
Deadass.
upgraded, you with us.
You with
You
us,
with the
man.
team.
Nah, a real nigga never forgives niggas. Fuck y'all.
That's facts.
Damn, that boy smacked me. He got 22-inch rims.
Give it to him, try. Give it to him, please.
I'm all black Yeezys, man. I love them shits.
Not the Yeezys. Not the 350 Pirate Black Deadstock.
You put a picture of it on here.
I can't take him off. I can't take him off.
Yo, where my bitch at, man? I don't want her to come sit on my face, see this new ride.
Wow, this is like everything. He, you know, slays the dragon and gets the princess at the end of the day. It's like white picket fence lifestyle from here, you know?
Hey.
How you doing,
I think
baby?
what you did back there was pretty brave.
Oh, thank you, gorgeous. You want to sit on my face really quick?
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, yeah. Yo, sexy ass, I can't believe this shit. In a matter of 2 days, I went from having no whip to having a great one. And a bitch, too. I can't wait.
Yo, this is making me tear up, bro. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. This is a perfect parody. Oh, 19 million views? Yeah, obviously, of course. I've watched it like 20 times. But man, one day I'm gonna go back through, I'm on my other channel, but one day I'm gonna go back through and check out the rest of Filthy Frank's videos. I gotta go back through them again. It's been a minute. But enough of that. Right now, what I'm really trying to do is So that was my like break, right? Okay, so I got Crash Plan added to my PC. It's uploaded 532 gigabytes so far. It's currently backing up some video file. So it's halfway done. Okay, cool. So that's one thing down. Someone sent me this on Discord.
What methods of passive income would you say is a scam?
It's not about it being a scam. It's about the mentality towards it is a scam. Look, everyone loves passive money, right? I make money as I sleep. I get it. You need to de-link your time to your money, because if you're only working for money, you run out of time, you can't make enough money. I understand all those principles. My point is, if you have no money and you're coming to me saying, I want to make passive income, why are you not making active income? Get up off your ass.
Yeah, why are you not filling every hour of your day making money first? Then you should worry about making money in the time where you don't have time.
And work first. Because there's no such thing as completely, truly 100% passive. You're going to have to check on it. You're going to have to maintain it. You're going to have to find a new tenant for that property. You're going to have to make sure that DeFi crypto farm you're in doesn't go to zero. It's not a rug pull. Yeah. You're always going to have to keep an eye on it, right? But the idea that people with no money are already so concerned with making money without work is amazing to me. You should be worried.
Yeah. That's the fact that he had to tack that on. That's interesting, because people like it. You can imagine it like levels. You know, you start off at the bottom where you work and you don't get paid, right? Or minimum wage or whatever, or you're working as an internship. You're working and you're not getting paid, and then you go one level up where you're working and you're getting paid, and then you go one level up where you're getting paid but you're not working. And so people who aren't even at the first level, who are not even working, they're not working, they're not getting paid, don't want to go through step 1 or 2. They want to jump all the way to 3, from 0 to 3. Why not go through, work, and then work and get paid for that work, and then start getting paid and work less and less and less and less? Why not go through that process? Why try to jump from nothing to something?
I'm worried about active income. If you show me, if I'm a brokey and you show me how to make $1,000 an hour, I don't sit there and go, okay, but how can I make that passive? I go, cool, I'm making $18,000 a day because I'm going to work. Dude, you don't need to worry about passive income until you have no more time. I look at passive income because I have 18 hours a day I work. When all 18 of those hours are done and my workload still isn't finished, I have to find a way to make some of those income streams passive, either via staff or whatever else. Yep. And that's how I work smart. I use all of my time, and when all my time is done, now I have to become more efficient so that I can get more done within the same time frame. To sit there and say, I don't want to use my time, so I want passive income is dumb shit. The 16-year-old making 45 grand a month, if he was to sit to me and go, I don't want to make the TikToks, I want someone else to do it, make it passive, that he wouldn't be making any money. He's just working. You have to just work. At some point you have to bite the bullet and just work. So when someone comes to me talking about passive income and they're a brokey, I'm like, you are just lazy. You are lazy. You will never get anywhere. Lazy people never get anywhere in life. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's tennis or money. If you're lazy, you're never going to get there. That's how it works.
See, that's what motivates.
Facts. I can agree with that. That's very interesting because literally, dude, I'm so confused as to why everyone like. I'll put it up on this screen actually, but I'm so confused as to why everyone hates Andrew Tate so much. I don't like go on the internet all that much, like on social media. I go on the internet a lot, but I don't go on social media all that much. But occasionally when I do, I've only heard nothing but good things from Andrew Tate. Like, I'd love. Oh, that's gone. That was one that I say. That was like a really good piece of advice. But it's like I'd love to find these people who say they hate Andrew Tate so much and just ask them like why. Like, I'd love to know. What's so bad in what he's saying?
Because you're a young man and lots of young men watch you. If you have someone who's 18, 19, 20, 21 and she's young and impressionable and this may be one of her first dating experiences or one of her first sexual experiences, you have no fucking right to fucking fuck her and ghost the bitch and leave that stain on her opinion of men. That's just not okay. Be polite. Take her out for a nice dinner. And believe me, I know if you take women out and you treat them nicely and you make love with them and you're safe about it and you say, yeah, maybe I'll see you next week and you talk to them a bit and you're still polite, no woman's mad at you for showing her a great weekend. That's not the way women are. But when you get what you want, when she opens herself to you sexually and you are selfish enough to just block the bitch out of nowhere, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't understand. Everyone's like, oh, a misogynist, misogynist. Like, this is like the opposite of being a misogynist. This isn't even neutral. This isn't even, oh yeah, women are whatever. This isn't even being neutral about it. This is the complete opposite. This is you have a responsibility towards women. I don't know. I've seen a few of these, like over time. You know, most of the 6 weeks. See that 6 weeks. Actually, most of these are from 6 weeks ago. But
guys, they pretend physicality doesn't matter and they make all this money and they own Facebook and whatever, but eventually they end.
He's literally talking about Mark Zuckerberg here, but there was this quote which was, if you have all of your physically strong people, physical people doing only physical things, and you have all of your, all of the weak people, the physically weak people, doing only what society perceives to be only mental things, only brain, only like academic things, then you're gonna have wars fought by complete idiots, and you're gonna have society and legislation and all of that stuff done by completely weak-minded people with no self-control. To separate the two is completely foolish. The nervous system is not just the brain. It's the brain and every single organ in your body and everything that connects all of them. When you get a stomach ache, that's not separate from your brain. In fact, that's not even real. That's only your brain. The stomach ache is not caused by a disease. The stomach ache is literally caused by your brain to tell the rest of your body, hey, something is wrong here. Stomach aches are literally caused by your brain. The disease is not the cause. The disease just tells your brain. The disease lets your white blood cells know, okay, there's an intruder here. And your nervous system will cause a stomach ache. And there's so much overlap between all of this, between the psychological and the physiological, to the point where the line is completely blurred between the two. To even think about, I want to improve my mental health without also saying I want to improve my physical health is nothing but foolish.
Up doing MMA like Zuckerberg or taking testosterone replacement like Jeff Bezos, it gets to a point where you finally must accept the reality that your physicality and your mentality as a man are linked, and you cannot be happy and strong in your mind if you are weak in your body. You will fix your mind if you fix your body. You should be as strong as you possibly.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave a link to the Gankutsuo, or the Count of Monte Cristo review that I do. I already have the video recorded and everything, but when I upload it, I'll put the link in the description of this so you can see that, where I literally go through a step-by-step, like, logical process of explaining why being weak is just as bad as being malicious. Like, if you are weak intentionally, if you refuse to make yourself a strong person, you're just as bad as someone who goes out and actively tries to harm the world, who actively tries to ruin other people's time and ruin other people's lives. You are this, it's the same thing. You are doing the same thing, and you're doing it knowingly, so it's the same thing.
You can. It's actually kind of interesting that a lot of these tech guys, they pretend physicality doesn't matter and they make all this money and they own Facebook and whatever. But eventually they end up doing MMA like Zuckerberg, or taking testosterone replacement like Jeff Bezos. It gets to a point.
Like, if my brother wants to help me or something, right? And I could say, well, I really want to have my brother on my side because he's always going to look out for me in my best interest. What if he's just so incompetent that he doesn't know my best interest? What if he's so incompetent that in the process of him looking out for me, he actively sabotages me? It results in the same thing. In his failure to take the effort to understand the kind of person I am, and to understand the words that are coming out of his mouth, and to understand what could happen as a result of it, he does the same thing. He ends up doing the same thing as a person who would actively try to sabotage me because of his incompetence. So that's true. You have to be strong mentally and physically if you want to be a force for good in the world.
I was saying this to Tristan only a few weeks ago. I said, you know what, man? Before Instagram, before dating apps, imagine like you met a girl and she was perfect for you and you fell in love with her and you broke up and you just never saw her again. You didn't know what she was up to. You didn't stalk her Instagram. You didn't meet her again. You didn't message her. You just
Yeah, people act like all this stuff is like, people don't question the fact that the fact that after you burn a bridge with someone, you could still see them and connect with their character and develop a parasocial relationship with them and all this stuff after they should be out of your lives. They should be. They've made that communication very clear to you in the fact that they broke up with you. Yet at the same time, through social media, and yeah, of course, but he's not talking about meeting people through social media. He's talking about breaking up and people not questioning the fact that, wait a second, this has never been a possibility throughout all of human history. Maybe we should be a bit skeptical. What's the catch here? This is too easy. It's too easy to fulfill these demands, these chemical, chemical demands, these hormonal demands to see this person that we know with our better judgment we should leave in the past. And the part of your brain that's truly in control, that truly makes the decision, the deeper part of your brain, doesn't know any better. That part of your brain, when you see a picture, when you hear their voice, that part of your brain truly thinks that they're still a part of your life, when they shouldn't be. And nobody cares. Nobody questions, wait, should we be doing this?
never saw her again. Isn't that crazy? Imagine how much you'd love a woman if you couldn't see all these other bitches online and stuff. Imagine how true feelings used to be. Everything in the world, the modern world, is so diluted. It's all diluted down because there's unlimited option, right?
Yeah, it is really diluted down. I recently found out that you could in the past there would literally be because now everyone showers every day. Like if you don't shower every day, people will be like, oh, that's so weird, and it's all the shampoo industry's fault. But that's the story for another time. But to be like, hey, that's gross. You have to shower every day. Like they say you have to. Like it's a requirement. Bro, most humans, 90% of every human who has ever lived has never showered once in their life. So tell me, how could it possibly be a requirement? Now, something being unnatural yet good for you is totally something I'm open to. I mean, obviously, I'm on a computer. I use a phone. I'm drinking Gatorade. I'm doing all this stuff, right? And I'm going to keep doing it. But everyone showers every single day. They don't let their body odor build up. And you'll still have a bit of natural body odor, but you won't be able to smell it. But it's because of all this like insane competition. It's because the world has gotten too big. It's because everyone's so globalized. It's because people don't live in small tribes anymore. If you live in a small group of people, and this is the same reason why, a lot of men hold so much animosity towards, the very, feminine kinds of like Shawn Mendes's, and even in the past with all like the Justin Bieber hate and all that stuff. You have to realize none of that was trivial. The reason why that was there was because everyone should be operating on this level of honesty. You should be operating on a level of honesty, and you should allow other people to view you as who you truly are, and then take that into consideration as to how they want to interact with you, and then do your best from there. Instead of trying to play hard to get, you should be hard to get. Instead of trying to get a hair transplant to look like you, to communicate to the world youth and energy and fertility, you should try to do things that make your mind more youthful and give you more energy and give you more fertility. You should try to do those things rather than trying to just show the world that you have these things. And this I feel like applies much more to females than males. And that's like, that would be I actually think I would be really good at talking about women's mental health, because all these like men's mental health YouTube channels, stuff like that. But I truly think I could like say some good information for women's mental health, like how Jordan Peterson gives like really good advice for men. I feel like I can give really good advice for women, and it really means something, But yeah, I mean, in the past, if everyone has body odor, then everyone's at the same level. Now, if one person manages to strip away their body odors and they're perceived as clean, all the females will want them. And like, if you talk in this way to men about their stupidity and about the way that their stupidity has put them in a position that they're in right now, they'll be like, okay, fine, most of them. And I feel the same will probably happen with women, but I'm not sure. But a handful of women, and a handful of men as well, will get extremely offended. And they'll go, how dare you call me stupid, and all that stuff. And then they'll get outraged, and you run the risk of getting canceled and deplatformed and all that stuff, right? But really, it was the stupidity of these women where they didn't think, they didn't put two and two together, and they acted on impulse, they acted without self-control. And like I said in the past many times, the root of all evil is the inability to control one's horniness. That's literally what it is. You want to talk about like what problems you have in life? Doesn't matter if you're on the left or the right or whatever it is. It doesn't matter if your problem with the world is, government and taxes, or if your problem with the world is, everyone's, cheating on each other, or if your problem with the world is the school system is messed up, or people are dying of like, in all these, people are murdering each other, all this stuff. If whatever problems you have in the world, literally 95% of them can be fixed if people are able to control their horniness. That's literally how you fix all these problems. That's the root of all. You trace back all these problems in one way or another. Doesn't matter what political side area you're in. You trace them all back, and it all leads back to one thing: the inability to control your horniness. That's what it always leads back to. And these women who were unable to control their horniness would go, this person smells cleaner, therefore that's a good sign. And so all the other men to compete would do the same thing. And these men who were, you know, very progressive, all the rest of the men, all the actual masculine men who said, no, 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 let's be real, let's be honest. They hated them. They hated these men. And that's why most men look at people like Mark Zuckerberg as complete, like, beta cucks, like very, very low masculinity. Most men hate the BuzzFeed staff. They hate like all these, like, you know, the Justin Biebers and the Shawn Mendes's and all these people, you know, and girls love them because they raise the standard. But you shouldn't raise the standard. You should have a natural standard, because when everyone has body odor, they don't smell it anymore. And at that point, you can actually play those games, the games that you're meant to play. And at that point, girls can truly make the decisions that they were meant to make about who deserves to pass on their genes to the next generation and who doesn't. And they can do that with accuracy. And they don't even need to exercise any sort of self-control. They could just do that naturally by living their own lives with no real, you know, downsides or anything like that, no catch. They can allow for evolution to take its course and for that to be how the species grows and you know, becomes what it's supposed to become. They can allow for that. But when men just lie to women, I'm not talking about words, I'm too focused on words. The vast majority of lying happens with people, you know, getting specific kind of like the clothes people wear and all this stuff, and dyeing your hair, like all these things are communication to the rest of the world, and it's all dishonest communication, because it says something that your natural body is not saying to the world, yet the communication is being received by everybody else, carnally. And women have this problem quite a lot, you know, with things like makeup. But a wise man once said, men fall in love with what they see, women fall in love with what they hear. That's why women wear makeup and men tell lies. Interesting, because those are actually the same thing. They're literally the same thing. Wearing makeup is a lie about your fertility. Your fertility and your youth and your health, your beauty and your symmetry of your face and all that stuff directly corresponds to your health. So if you're unhealthy and unfit to be a mother to someone's child, then I mean, if you're fooling them, if you're wearing the IRL Photoshop, then you're basically lying to them to get them to do something that they wouldn't do if you were being your natural self. And I feel like it's much more common with women and much more accepted with women, and I feel like it's bad for their mental health, but not nearly as bad as it is for men's mental health, because from a storytelling perspective, women care far more about the destination and men care far more about the journey. This is getting into a different topic entirely. What I'm trying to say is, what was I saying? Oh yeah, scents, body odors. When everybody has body odor, women don't notice it anymore. It's hedonic adaptation, and everybody can be judged on an equal playing field, and nobody smells bad anymore. But when one person gets rid of their body odor, they're the only one that smells normal, and everybody else smells bad, because women hedonically adapt and they adjust and they go, oh no, this is the normal smell now. That's why now they go, oh no, you have to shower every day. So it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse, and the standards just go up and up and up and up and up, and it's always, oh no, this is the baseline now, even though it never was the baseline. And from an evolutionary perspective, it shouldn't be the baseline. But literally, this whole world, this whole game, you know, if you look at the research people have done, when human beings allow themselves to have natural body odor, people can literally read each other's emotions by what they smell like. the sweat that people excrete will literally be able to, if you're happy and you sweat and you're feeling joy, people around you who smell your sweat will also feel joy and get a bit of happiness. There's a beautiful whole other world out there with this sense that's just been locked away, all for the sake of these women who can't control their horniness. How stupid is that? And unlike most people, we're loyal to each other. Interesting how he says, unlike most people. It's an admittance that most people are not loyal to each other, yet at the same time, you're so confident. Bro, no one's safe. I would never, ever, ever say this because no one's safe. All I would say is, I have yet to catch her cheating. Dude, if Scottie Pippen's girl can cheat on him, Scottie Pippen, dude, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. You can argue Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, right? Michael Jordan would be nothing without Scottie Pippen. If Scottie can get cheated on, anyone can get cheated on. Blueface got cheated on, right? Anyone can get cheated on. Dude, hella rappers get cheated on. If they all, bro, literally, Will Smith. I mean, Will Smith is like a beta cuck, right? But even still, if Will Smith can get cheated on, I'm not safe. And Onas Ferris 910 is definitely not safe. He just hasn't caught. He just has no evidence of her cheating. That's really all it is.
Love to be rich. No, you wouldn't. Because if you'd love to be rich, you'd be working. Now people will say, well, I don't know what to work on. That's another lie. And the reason that's a lie is because there's always more work to do. I'm a carpenter and I finish my work. Then go drop leaflets about carpentry. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to stay home. Then you don't want to be rich. You're saying we can't do 10 podcasts in a row. Perhaps you're right. Yeah. I guarantee if I was in charge, you would not be going home till at least 9 p.m. and I would find shit.
No, but
fucking do.
okay, but Andre,
you would be doing something.
Yeah, I talked to, listen, I hate shots and needles and all that stuff. For me to say, I had to get a blood test for life insurance a while back. I could, say in the moment, like in small talk. Small talk means nothing. I could say, man, I don't want to get this shot, dude. But when I'm having a productive conversation, I'm trying to speak so I can get something done. I'm trying to speak so I can make some change in the world. If I want my words to actually have an impact on the world and for to do something and for me to understand something and learn something from that, I'm going to be a bit smarter than that. And I'm going to say, I do want the shot. Because all things considered, you consider all things. I want life insurance more than I don't want the shot. So I want it. That's it. That's what it is. You could say, man, I really don't want... I know a guy who works for a boss the boss is like a terrible person. And the boss is, they're in real estate. And what happened is they own this property. This single mother's paying rent. And she's like a mother of like one kid, one dude. And she's a manager for a vape shop. It's like her brand. And he's like, wow, this vape shop makes a lot of money. So, and the lease is expired. So I'm thinking we kick her out. She's a single mother. Let's go kick her out, put her on the street, especially in a time like this, so that we can put our own vape shop here and we won't need to pay rent to anyone. And the guy I know who works for this guy is like, yeah, let me work out the deals and stuff like that. And he told me, he's like, man, I hate this. I don't want to do this. Yeah, you do. Because you don't want to get fired. So you don't want to do it, but there's other factors at play. You don't want to do it for this reason. You don't want to do it for this reason. You don't want to do it for this reason. You have 3 reasons, but you have 50 reasons for why you do want to do it. So you want to do it. Say it like it is. You want to do it. Take everything into consideration. People who say, I want to be rich. Okay, everyone wants to be rich. You could say, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. You could say, I want to do everything. At that point, there's no threshold. I wanna have dark mode on Instagram right now. I wanna have, I want the world. I want everything. I want a girl by my side. I want all this stuff. But if that's your take, if that's your approach, and that's how you're gonna speak to people who are not just like expecting small talk, but that's how you're gonna speak productively, your words mean nothing. Because everybody wants everything. If you truly want something, you'll make it happen. You'll do it. Because otherwise, you wanted something else that conflicted with that enough to where you don't want that thing anymore.
There would be
work to do.
In fairness, when we finish this podcast, the end of the work is not done. We'll go home and then we'll work on our own channels.
So this is,
when I go,
See you at the top.
no, 168th floor, my friend.
Most people who called Cluj-Napoca. Drove there in my Chiron, and a kid came up and said, hey, can I take some photos
Man, this dude's obsessed with his Chiron, bro.
of your car? I have a car spotting page. I was like, yeah, whatever, cool. And he goes, yeah, okay.
Car spotting page. I know a guy, car spotting ATL. I know a lot of people who have car spotting pages, actually. Because that's where I come from. All these guys have car spotting pages that I'm like friends with on Instagram.
Hey, I'll just be a few minutes to this. So he took a bunch of photos and he come up to me and say, do you want the photos? I was like, not really, I already have photos. And he goes, oh yeah, okay. Well, if you want them, here's my email address. And I said to him, why do you do this? You spend all day standing around taking photos of other people's cars. Is that not a waste of time? I thought it was a waste of time, but I was wrong. He goes, oh, well, I skipped school and I skipped college because I knew if I take pictures of expensive cars and email them to people, I'll have email addresses of the richest people in the world. Yeah, smart. I was like, you're clever. I ended up hiring him. He works for me now. I was like, I like you. He got himself a full-time job that day. He understood. Be near the money. I have no money. Money's over there. Well, let me get closer to it. No point staying over here on my fucking own. Let me at least get closer to it. That was a 17-year-old kid making 10 grand a month in Romania from me.
10 grand a month in Romania is good. That's good money. Power of referrals. I feel like the most valuable skill to have is just to be a good salesman. If you're good at sales, then there's nothing you can't do. Sales is the ability to sell story, to sell a human being. And if you could sell a human being, you can persuade humans to do things. You can call it manipulation, you can call it persuasion, you can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it marketing. But at the end of the day, if you're able to sell, then you have a place in the world. It doesn't matter what there will always be something to sell. If you can sell, you'll always have a way to make money. It's ultimate fallback. Oh, it's the same.
That if somebody shoots me with a gun, I'm probably going to die. But I will not believe that because I don't think that's advantageous to me. I believe it's advantageous for me to say, go on then, fucking shoot me. I guarantee you you're dead. I guarantee you I ain't going to die and I'm coming for you. And if I truly believe it, I think it gives me a better chance. That's just who I am. I only believe and say and think the things that give me as much power as humanly possible.
Yeah, I was having this conversation with Keon the other day about how at the end of the day, the only thing that truly matters is your subjective reality. That's all there is to it. Your subjective reality, given to you through your faulty senses by their own standards, is all you have. So, if you choose to, I can go on and on about this, and I've talked about this a lot when it comes to storytelling and in my reviews. It's kind of scattered all over the place. I would need to make like a whole video essay on like this one, analyzing this one particular video. But mindset's legit. Mindset's no joke. Mindset can literally change your biology, change the way that you partition nutrients from what you eat just by what you think of the food and things like that. And this comes back to the fact that there's a very clear bridge that connects not even connects. It's your mental and your physical are the same thing. They're literally the same thing. I heard it described nicely like it's like a Mobius strip where you think there are two sides to it, and from any angle you look at it, there will be two sides, but when you look at the full thing, it really is just one side. It's one side of one coin. It's the same thing. It's not two sides to the same coin. It's just one side. They're literally all just connected to be one thing. But, we're just really good at compartmentalizing things. So we're able to describe them as two separate things, but that's only when we're being stupid. If people, think intelligently and they think deeply enough and they're not stupid with it and they're thorough, there really is no way to properly differentiate the entirety of mental versus physical.
Just dying.
And so, yeah, truly believing in something will change the way you do it. My brother makes music. I just made an album, and in the album I talk about how my brother makes music. He's been making music since 2014. So it's been 8 years since he started making music. And as of this point in time, I have more stuff released than my brother. You want to know how long I've been making music? 4 days. Actually, no, 5 days. I've made music for 5 days, and I have more music released than my brother. And on 3 separate things I released, on 3 tracks I released, I have been told that the stuff I have made was better than my brother's. I don't consider myself a musician. He wants to make that his career. He's wanted to make that his career basically his whole life. You want to know what the difference I truly believe is between me and him? He goes, man, it's hard. He goes, oh, this is how this industry works. He thinks of himself as separate. It's like what Kanye said or whatever. There are those who think they can and there are those who think they can't, and they're both right. There are people who think, oh, I heard someone say, oh, someone should find a cure for COVID. You find a cure for COVID. You're a human too. Who do you think is going to find it? Another human. Why are you not capable of doing that? Everybody separates these things out because they're not all that intelligent. They go to the doctor and they hear what the doctor says and they go, oh, that's a separate thing. They're doctors, I'm not. They have the right to say this, I don't. But I've went to the doctor, I've heard the doctor say so much bullshit. And then I've called him out on his bullshit and he goes, okay, yeah, this is just what we tell patients. You know this, so okay, this is what we'll do. And I've talked to doctors like that because they're just human too. Their education is all online for free. All the education that all these doctors receive, everything that doctors learn in med school, you can learn online for free. And I've learned a tiny amount of it. And I've confronted doctors about it and called them out on their BS. There's no separation between people. There's no, this is an expert, so he has the right to say this. And when people think like that, oh, this is how this industry works. Who decides that? People, right? So why are you stepping into this world where you're in this box going, this people are like this and I'm like this, and why are you creating these rigid factions between people? No. If people decide how the industry works, I'm not going to say this is how the industry works. I'm going to say, I'm going to make the industry work like this. I'm going to say I'm such a beast, I'm such a monster at making music, and music is such an easy thing to do. And that's the whole point of the album that I made. My brother kept saying, oh, it's not easy to make music. Why are you underselling it? If I was him, I'd be like, yeah, it's easy, it's effortless. And I'd have that mentality. And every time I go in to make music, I would be like, I'm such a beast. I'm so above this. I'm capable of making music at an insanely high level, plus way more. It's not even a fraction of my capacity as a person. That's the mentality I would have going in. That's my mindset. And I think I did a pretty good job improving that, because in 5 days, I've done what my brother failed to do in 8 years. And I didn't even try.
Fighting's a scary thing, you know? If I had my way and I could build myself as an individual, I would have never chosen to be a fighter. Unfortunately, I was born with a mind that is hard to occupy, and I find everything boring. I find the cinema boring, I find clubbing boring, conversations, family dinners.
I resonate with this. I resonate with this really, really deeply. everything else to me is boring. And everyone always tells me, "Oh, you have to do it. You have to do it. You have to go out and shop and do all this stuff. Oh, you have to come to these events and small talk with everyone. You have to come to the family dinners. We do it every weekend. We do it every Friday and Thursday sometimes, and we do it Saturdays. We do it Sundays, and we're gonna have Sunday brunch. And it's like these are the days where people are available. They're not working, and we can get to work. And this is the weekend. It's time to be productive. And they're like, no, no, no. We just have to. Everyone does it. We just have to do it. And I'm utterly bored by these things.
Festivals, holidays, all the crap that everyone.
Exactly. Facts. Same. I know other people may not resonate with this, but for me, I don't care about like celebrating Thanksgiving and all this stuff. I wasn't there. I wasn't giving thanks. Why would I give thanks in this economy? Give thanks to who? Let me give thanks to myself. Black Friday is coming up. It's just an excuse for businesses to convince people to buy more of their stuff with still very high margins, even with all the discounts. I don't care. That's not my kind of holiday. It's not. None of these things are my holidays. They don't resonate with me at all. I don't enjoy any of them.
Enjoys bores the life out of me. The only thing that keeps me mildly entertained is something which is so dangerous that I'm scared. I totally understand why people climb Mount Everest. I totally understand why people jump off tall buildings. And that's exactly the same reason I get in the ring. Because without it, I just live numb and bored all of the time. It's just...
I get it. That's why I have a skateboard back there. Of course, I'm no Andrew Tate, but I don't think I'll get in the ring like that. But to even exist, to even put yourself out there is a masochistic endeavor. To fight is a masochistic endeavor. And I go to the gym every night. Ooh, I didn't go to the gym tonight. I mean, I still got time. I'll go.
It's just me. Every single time in the run to a fight, I think, why am I doing this?
And I have to do back today. I have to do back and biceps. I literally have to do lat pull downs. Well, I'm not going to do lat pull downs. I'm going to do only pull-ups. I'm going to try to do 20 to 30 pull-ups, something like that. I'm going to go for 30 throughout the entire duration of the workout, and then just mostly do rows for building back, for the sake of building like muscle, and then pull-ups for strength and muscle memory for other calisthenic related things I want to do in the future.
What am I risking my life for? What if I get a broken hand or a fractured skull or whatever? But I don't feel like I have a choice but to do it. Emotional.
Yeah. I respect that. And like, of course, a lot of other people won't resonate with it. I've seen a couple of videos, like people show me videos on Discord of like teenage girls or whatever in public who really don't resonate with Andrew Tate. I'd love to talk to them and find out why, because like they really, like, they don't just hate him, they really hate him. They're like, oh my god, he's the worst, he's like the second coming of Hitler, bro. Teenage white girls would rather run away from home and join ISIS than watch an Andrew Tate video. Sometimes I wonder if they even know who he is. Like, if there's some like shadow group out there like telling all these teenage girls, this is who Andrew Tate is, without them actually going, wait a second, is he really? Without letting them see any context, they just go, this is who Andrew Tate is. It just, I'm not saying they're wrong or anything. I'm just confused. Like, where are they getting this information from? Like, because I don't see any of it. Nobody calls me and goes, yo, there's this guy named Andrew Tate. He really sucks. He's a misogynist. So just remember that. And if somebody asks you in public, or if somebody tries to tell you about Andrew Tate's advice or whatever, just ignore it all. Nope, I've never gotten that call. Where are these teenage white girls and all this stuff? Where are these liberals like getting this information from? I'd love to know, like, what's the source? Like, what is it? Oh, I just asked what's the source. But it's just something I was thinking about, like, where is it coming from? Because this is all I see of Andrew Tate. All I see is advice like this. Stuff that resonates with me. Stuff that I could be like, man, even without any context, I can respect that. But let's What else? What else? What else? I need to get rid of a lot of the stuff that I have. Okay, cool. Is there anything that I have still that I need to sell? I need to get rid of. Nothing I can think of. I guess now this iPhone 5S, right? I'll get rid of that. I want to open up a few projects at the same time to work on, but I think I'll work on one idea at a time, honestly. For now. But let me add this. I don't have a lot of ideas for making money, but I have a lot of ideas for content. Okay, hold up. This thing. Okay, so that's content. Right now, all I have is to contact some people. Tomorrow, I have a meeting with someone. I have some family visiting from Texas, so I gotta go meet up with them after that. And then I'm probably gonna go out and try to make some connections, just walk around with the camera and stuff. Oh, that's really similar to the car spotting thing. To being a car spotter, that's really similar. wait, I did the same thing. I gave my number to all these people with like R34 GTRs and stuff like that. But I wasn't a car spotter. I never called myself that, but I guess I was. I guess I was. We went to Cafe and Octane. We took so many pictures, but and I do have the contacts of some of these big dogs. But it's not like I have the contacts and I can contact them. I just have their phone numbers. That doesn't mean much though. Okay, so right now what I have is I have the main company that I'm starting for active income. This is active income. Okay, and then this dude who was trying to invite me out for a little trip. He's trying to start a record label. Wanted me to record some music videos for some people, get me some work. Was gonna let me sleep on his couch. But I can't do that without Nair, so I guess that's not happening. I'm gonna leave that group. Okay, I'm deleting those. Okay, cool. Soy Visual's Discord server is set up and ready to go. Let's see what's next on the to-do list. Let me send this email to myself. The album will drop on December 2nd. Because there's a delay. I have a free version, so there's a delay. I need to snooze until December. I'll do December 3rd. So I can update the descriptions with the links of like the Apple Music and Spotify and all this stuff. Unsubscribe from this email. Twitter confirmation code. Somebody's logging into my old Twitter accounts. PayPal user agreement. Is this something I can unsubscribe from? Okay, I'm never going to use this feature anyways. There's fees. All right. So all that's done. I sent the messages that need to be sent. Let me put it in my notes to make sure he actually responds, because he might not respond. Okay, that's down. What else? I have some content in my notes. Let me burn through that after I'm gonna get off stream, go to the gym. I'm gonna end the stream. Write this down. To the gym. That's something I got to work on. I'm not telling you guys that just yet. I have to record some of this content, and then I'm gonna sleep. And from this day forward, no more phones in when I'm on the bed. No more technology. No more anything other than sleeping. Actually, I'm going to condition my mind to only associate the bed with sleep. I'm not going to sit on the bed. I'm not going to stand on the bed. I'm not going to kneel on the bed. I'm not going to lay against the bed. I'm not going to put things on the bed. I'm not going to sit there on my laptop hanging off the side of the bed with my feet on the ground. Nope, not happening. I'm going to condition my body to realize nothing else happens on this bed. If you feel this bed, Nothing else will happen but sleeping. So the moment I feel it, my brain knows. It's conditioned. It knows. All right, there's nothing else to do but sleep, so let's get to it. I can't afford any of this like 8 pod pro sleep mattress covered cooling and all this stuff. These things that would really give you like a advantage technology wise in sleeping. I can't afford any of that, and besides, I don't. It's a shortcut. I wouldn't want to achieve these things without first having developed the willpower in the process to achieve them without those resources. So I may not even need it in the first place. But for me to feel not guilty about having that kind of tactical advantage, I would need to at least develop the willpower to do so anyways, without any of those resources, because that's not invaluable. That's part of the benefit, actually, is developing the willpower. That's part of the benefit you get from these things, like sleeping on time. Or maybe not even on time, maybe just discipline. Maybe just I go to sleep and I don't do anything else. I'm not going to think about anything else. I'm going to turn off all the lights. I'm going to put my phone somewhere else, set an alarm, and the moment the alarm goes off, I'm up. I'm up and out of the bed. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just on autopilot. And you condition yourself like this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set an alarm. I meant to do this last night, but this is the charger right here that I will use, and I will literally leave it on this table, and my bed is way back there. So I'm going to have to come here to turn off the alarm. I'm going to set it for 9 a.m. Mission. No, I shouldn't do these loud ones. Let's go with the classic. Loud ringtone 5. No, that's not. No. That's like PTSD. How am I going to hear it though? If I'm that far away? What if like my ears are like buried in the pillow? One ear's buried in the pillow or something like that. I'll put it. I have to put it in a place that's far away enough from my bed to where I have to take a few steps to walk. Otherwise, I'm just going to hop back in my bed. No. If I do, I'll feel guilty about it, and I'll talk about it on stream so the world can hold me accountable. I'll set a quieter ringtone. Oh, that's the one that's been going on, but... Alright, volume all the way up. No snooze. Okay, cool. Nine a.m. it is. I don't care if I get less sleep tonight. I hope I get less sleep, so that way I'm more tired tomorrow and I'm ready to sleep on time tomorrow. Technically, yeah, tomorrow. Okay, I'm really clearing on my notes here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 things left in my Google Keep notes. After that, it's cleared out, and I have one thing in my to-doist, but that's technically for after I wake up later today. It's past midnight, so. Let me think. Is there anything else to do? before I get to all this stuff, I want to just mention to the stream what I'm going to do so that tomorrow when I wake up, I can hold myself accountable. Make sure I did it all. I think that's good enough for today. I think if I can manage to... Baby steps, right? Baby steps. Go to the gym, sleep out on my phone. That's already such a major step up from what I've been doing. That's the wrong mindset to have. That's nothing. I'm capable of a lot more. But at the same time, let me not bite off more than I can chew. Let me ease into it. Let me make sure everything I say I'm going to do, I actually do. So it's not discouraging. One of these days, I'm going to make Andrew Tate say something like, damn, I'm no Afraaz. I can't do the kind of things he does. One of these days. Maybe, probably not. I don't think he's the kind of guy to ever say that sort of thing. But I'll definitely make an attempt. This is the job post thing. All right, this is everything. That's it. Done deal. About to go to the gym. Okay, bye guys.